who does well in lane.
TI4 how?
True.
DP Luna.
This is how. That's a great point.
Oof. Okay.
How loves Luna.
That is a lot of early game tower killing power. And what's the D push for LGDFY? Close to nil?
I mean,
It is zero. It is zero.
Bristleback.
I mean,
So-
Bristleback
5
pulls
seconds
wave off
remaining.
tower, but it doesn't clear the waves fast.
Yeah. So what you're limited to something like a Queen of Pain here, right?
Well,
Ooh, okay.
that's
Okay,
bold.
okay.
Zeus
That is
against
some wave clear.
DP.
It's
He sits far enough back that he's never going to get rolled on by Earth Spirit.
Wait.
probably.
That's an offlane Zeus.
Yeah, that's a mid bristle.
It's a mid bristle for super, and Inflame has the Zeus.
Okay. So, I mean, the Weaver, we got that call right. He's just going to sit in the safe lane and chill for basically as long as he wants.
Free
but
farm Luna though? Oh,
how's that Zeus going to fare?
free. I mean, it's not even so much that the Zeus dies. It's just Luna is going to get free farm. Like, denies, pulls, everything.
I'm
Yeah, your
very
Zeus
much-
is going to be certainly underfarmed, but I think the greater concern is how is fucking
10 seconds
literally
remaining.
does whatever he wants for the
But-
first 8 minutes of the game.
Mid game comes and Zeus owns DP.
I mean, they can gank the Luna at like level 2,
Yeah,
level
but
3.
the Zeus has the levels still on DP.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
He'll get levels
just
fine.
a bolt and an ult is.
I mean, just the fact that with offlane Zeus you can collect the bounty rune relatively safely because you're always offset from the creep wave. You know, you'll get like maybe 1.5, 2
Yeah.
CS per wave for the
Yeah.
first 5-6 minutes.
Look at these levels.
Yeah, China. China is like this. Like every game, it's like 3,000 plus. Screw the predictions. They don't even do anything. Bullshit.
No, it's a habit now. We have
That
to do
first,
them.
dude, this is like an easy push.
First barracks before 20.
Yeah,
Are you
dude.
nuts?
All right, so let's give it 20 to 30.
It's not my account, so
Yeah, MRP, this is your
Yeah,
battle
it is,
pass
but it
points
doesn't
on the line.
matter. There's no points at all. You actually get no points.
You
for
can
this.
get towards the prediction thing.
No,
though.
that's for group stage. I looked.
Oh, really?
I
So
was-
there's
yeah.
literally no point for this?
I just got
Well,
really
it's-
sad about it not too long ago.
It's a pride thing.
Yeah, we got 3 out of 4 last game.
Oh.
But it got nothing. What did I get for it? Nothing.
Total
absolutely
physical
nothing.
damage done?
DP.
By game end?
Physical damage from
I mean, if you think the game is going to end early,
Yeah,
then it's going to be DP over the Luna. If you think the game's going to go like middle to late, then it's going to be Luna over DP.
I just got so much faith in this Luna, man. Bristle, you think?
I'm with
Are we
it.
just gonna start?
30
I'm with it,
seconds
I'm
to
with it.
battle.
And then team with most kills. This is more just who do you think is gonna win.
Yeah.
So, predictions?
I mean, you've already pretty much
I
said
think
Vici
Vici's
gaming.
gonna win.
I
personally.
just
With
think
your first-
Vici's
With your first 3 predictions, you're like Vici, Vici, Vici. So you may as well just put Vici
well,
for
I
the
just think
fourth
they have
one.
got a serious push lineup, but if LFY are gonna win this, it's gonna be not in the first 18 minutes.
Don't underestimate the Afu roaming.
The
He has
battle
been godlike.
begins.
Like, the guy is insanely good at reading the map. and blocking shots.
I'm constantly impressed with how much Sand King gets done in the early game. I really did not think this hero had this kind of potential.
Boots, Windlace, Tranquils,
Yeah.
extra Windlace. And he moves stupidly quick.
Alright, so mid Bristle, have we seen that a bunch? Like I've seen it with an IO, but I don't think I've seen him just trying to solo YOLO.
It used to be very popular in China about 9 months to a year ago, where
It's definitely an advantage.
actually maybe a little more. It was still when Ferrari was playing, so maybe like a year and a bit ago, where especially Radiant side with the close ancients, you still stack up every time you go and look for a rune if you get your bottle. And if you've got roaming Sand King, you can have even more stacks to build up, so you actually become very farmed very quickly. So they're running an aggro dual lane here, are they?
Well, at least for now, looks like Afu potentially in trouble, but still holding the Burrow Strike, so they're gonna wrap around instead to keep this Zeus in Strug City.
Double Mango
Drug
Zeus.
City, man. It's not the place you want to be.
Down was bottom lane. We are gonna have Weaver just chilling. They got Crystal Maiden here. Usually Weaver's pretty confident alone, especially against a low-level Legion commander, but let's see what's gonna be happening there as Zeus is taking a beating from Amy.
Yeah, they do need to help the Weaver out early on, but they can leave him like 3 or 4 levels. So maybe he can start to farm up the jungle. But then again, Yang's going to be fairly confident to just stay in lane and get his levels, a little bit of farm as well. So yeah, as you mentioned, Afu early on going to help the Zeus out. And they're going to leave the quasi 1v. When's the last time you saw an actual 1v1 in mid? That's currently happening.
Yeah, that is really rare these days.
And the
Usually just have
Bristleback
some
is
supports
winning.
hanging out.
To his credit. 9 and 2.
Yeah.
counterpart.
A straight 1v1 from minute 0 especially.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause you see the 2v2 until, you know, minute 1.5, and then they move off and do other things in other lanes. And collect the 2-minute bounty rune, I guess, more importantly.
Yep.
But we're seeing a lot more of, you know, exploiting the safe lane support roll forward.
Yep, looks like they are
Feel a
going to get
little
that
bit low.
drain onto Super, but Roche is getting involved in the fight. A little bit angry that they're fighting on his lawn, but Super just going to be completely fine. This is 1 point in Bristleback.
Kid, get off my lawn!
Basically. Afu, fresh out of mana here, going to go pop himself a Clarity and wander back up towards mid or top lane. And Zeus, he's got himself 2 mangoes and 2 Clarities. He just needs to keep spamming spells for all he's worth, but how not having much difficulty. 12 and 10 already.
Yeah.
And Zeus has got 1 last hit.
And he's level 1, which is the worst. Like, the last
The
hits don't
levels are
matter
the
as
main-
much.
yeah,
It's the levels that are really the killer. I mean, Zeus doesn't necessarily, you know, need the fast level 6, but he definitely needs, you know, 3 points in bolt to actually do damage.
Yes.
Of attention being drawn on the map up here. I mean, usually we keep an eye on the mid lane just because we see both mid laners and usually 2 supports hanging out
It's like
there
the
as well.
2v2, yeah.
But no, this is where all the action's going down. Swan getting very, very low, but they are going to Lucent Beam in. How?
Afu.
Dumping the damage down now.
3
Afu has
seconds.
3 seconds left on that Burrow Strike, but Schwan going to rake in the kill. That Rubik that got in the beginning of that fight ends up raking in
lane?
the money.
Yeah, bot
Bottom
lane,
lane?
there's some, like, brawling between Legion and the others.
Trying to cut herself out. She's low
What
mana, low
about
health,
the others that were taken away?
but that Crystal Maiden
You know
had
that you know what
Frostbite.
I'm referencing?
No?
Warcraft 3?
I can
When, name of the town called? This is right before Arthas turns evil. And that town gets ravaged by the undead.
Either way, we are going to have a
Yeah.
Spirit
Such an
Siphon
ass.
coming in as Ori comes in, looking for one last nuke onto Super. 1 second left on that Crypt Swarm. Goes in, but one more right click is not going to be enough. Super escaping just by the skin of his teeth. They got the bottle there. Afu looking to zone back Ori. And earlier we did miss a kill. The Earth Spirit was able to take out Zeus in the top lane. So Zeus having a really tough time here.
He has his boots now.
He's leveled almost 3, but still a long ways to go before he feels like a
Are you going to kick
Zeus.
him?
Check out Yang CS.
Dude, that's
bottom
his
lane.
bounty room, man. I like that play.
Mine.
Relative to the Weaver, they are almost at parity. Yang in the bottom lane.
Yeah. Legion very good at abusing dual lanes.
Yes.
Because what you do is you just run at the support, trade hits with them, and you burn through regen with press the attack. You've obviously got a way to purge off Frostbite.
Yeah, that's what we just saw there. So Yang just eats up most of Crystal Maiden's mana and doesn't really lose anything for it.
Yeah,
CM
that
just does
mana
no
change
damage
as
to
well.
Stout Shield.
Look at that 40 base right click
And
damage.
it's that, like, swift as the
That's
wolves of ice
Literally
wrath.
swinging a flower at you and getting hit with the pollen. That's what it feels like.
Swan?
Yeah, gonna get rooted in place. Afu's double damage up. The Sand King does some serious damage with the stick of the
Nice.
pincers, and there's the Burrow Strike to cancel out that roll. Amy in some trouble. One more hit will secure Afu a kill.
Double
So
damage strikes again.
finally, the Sand King that's been moving since minute 1 is getting around to reward for his efforts.
Yeah, Afu's an Earth Spirit player. He knows exactly what's up. He's not going to let you roll away like that. Always positioning himself in front of the Earth Spirit and then getting stunned as the roll comes through.
So Weaver doing pretty well down here, about to hit his level 5. Our Legion Commander
Yeah.
almost at level 6. She's been doing pretty nicely,
Yeah,
outlasting
it's a pretty
the Weaver
big
here.
concern.
Have Radiant made any stacks yet? So I feel they need to consider Super's lack of CS in the mid lane and necessity to catch up. Okay, they've
Yeah,
got a
a
little
little
stack
stack.
going, okay.
Also, I do want to, again, preemptively apologize for obs that may be off the mark. As Super is going to be kicked back, rained down. It's not looking likely he gets out of this one. Just spraying out quills for all he's worth, but even the wand can't save him. Amy's rotation will help secure a kill, and that's Ori's debut, the Exorcism. Back to the earlier point, I do have a sprained wrist, and that is my mouse hand, so we're trying.
Yeah. You should have seen my camera work. Sure, you're fine.
It's just going to be jumpy. It'll just take a little bit longer to be able to jump to where I want to go. Now,
All right, Yang in trouble. This is a high-value kill if they're able to get it. They bring in Afu as well.
Yep,
and
they were
press the
waiting for him
attack.
to use that press the attack, but they surround him so he can't run away and does end up getting blasted down. Monet picks up the kill with that after tossing out a cute little buggy on him. Oh, that was a really good one.
Fucking love Weaver. It's literally my most played hero of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I have a Weaver curse. I just can't win on Weaver.
I only win on Weaver. I lose on every other hero. That's pretty much my story of my life.
Yeah, Weaver and Lion I've got really awful win rates with.
Mhm.
like 14% over, I don't know, 30 games or something.
Like, most of it's because I'm not good at Weaver, but sometimes when I do well on Weaver, like I have throwies on my team or like 2 heroes that disconnect. It's a straight up curse,
on
man.
your team is always a tough, the tough hurdle to climb.
The throwies, man. There.
So Hal has literally been AFK playing World of Warcraft for 7 minutes of the game,
Look at that,
and I'm
45
concerned
last
about it.
hit.
What's the health of this tower here? Has he been able to put any damage?
Zeus
into
is
it?
very
Not
good at
really.
dragging waves off.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Zeus has just been chilling here, dipping into
And
the jungle.
they've been giving levels to their Rubik a lot.
Oh, he went for the early pointed static field, 2-1-1 build on this. So that's almost a mid lane build even.
Yeah. Helps UCF a lot more. Puts a bit of pressure onto Luna, burns some regen.
Getting down here, there are 3 heroes trying to keep him pressured, but this Legion just doesn't seem to mind in terms of net worth.
I think Vici are very comfortable with the early games.
Lucky proc. Gets all 3 CS on the tower.
It's efficiency right there, first proud. Now there is a scan. They know Radiant heroes are waiting in the wing. They probably feel like Crystal Maid playing around as well. He's going to be sitting back though. Keiko Burrow striking in. Looks like they bring the Luna. She's going to be dumping out some serious damage. That's an easy duel victory. DDC trying to run for the hills, but Howard's waiting on that one more loosened beam. They don't even need it. Crystal Maiden decapitated as she runs up the stairs. Nice rotation in for Vici, and they find 2, including a dual victory on their Legion.
Perfect bait. Yang just walks into the creep wave as though he's, you know, taking his hands off his keyboard. It's like, oh, whoops, I died here.
Better get this last hit. I'm just gonna get this last
That's the
hit.
play that LGD were counting on. They were like, all right, let's group up when the Legion overextends. The Legion's like, all right, when I overextend, the rest of my team is here. So just
Press
kind
the
of like
attack
a
is a
double
good
bait in.
ability.
Typical early Har rotation, you know, hits level, what, 7.5,
Yeah.
gets level 8 off the fight, moves in, Earthspirit with a perfect
He
combo.
played a
onto
lot of
Reaver.
gyro when gyro was popular, and that that first call down was always so impactful.
First cooldown, first Spectre Haunt, first Jug Omni Slash. These are all, you know, these heroes that have been around in the Chinese scene for millennia now, you know. About over a decade.
Oh, lift back in. Yang gonna be
We
going
get
forward.
the covering
Burrow
Burrow
comes
strike,
in.
but the duel.
Yeah, Chuan gonna be going forward. The duel is won. Chuan's still alive. Probably gonna pop from the caustic. It looks like Afu gonna get slapped down. With Crystal Maiden coming in, Yang has to back off, but that's still a worthwhile trade. Keeping that Zeus crippled and feeding Legion another Zeus victory. She's now able to rotate completely, and she just bought out. This is 300 more gold towards her first
The damage is almost worth more than the actual Zeus kill at this point. It's really nice to start to snowball on Yang, considering how much he's got.
This tower is going to melt unless Radiant go for a hold right now. Crystal Maiden only level 3. Nowhere near zoning ult, so all they've got is just spamming out Qs and...
Hey, that's an exorcism used, then most of the duration's gonna get wasted.
We've not seen much of Zeus in Chinese games through the group stage. Can they kill here?
They're going to try here. They're going in and they've got some damage necessary. Meanwhile, Rubik going to eat it down in the bottom lane as Weaver takes him down solo, but Ori wants to go back in another siphon. Yeah, dude, this is...
Oh, Ori's...
Prophet now getting zoned out. Ori not able to go back down the river, and she's going to get stuck here. Just sitting there hoping her Exorcism heals her up, but the Zeus ult comes in just in time. And now Bristleback, he's low health, but still alive. That is the power of this Bristleback. Wow.
Yeah, walks up the hill, nicely juked, even with the slow around the body blocks from the Earth Spirit, so...
Like, you know, when you think about the player's perception, that DP is thinking, okay, I've got stacks, you know, I've got charges of Spirit's Life, and I've got my ulti going. Let's chase this Bristle, let's kill him. But that Bristleback passive does so much to mitigate all of the damage and all of the chasing power that DP brings. But he just did not care. Like, even saw the Earth Spirit, Amy, go in with a combo, then realize halfway through, wait, I have to back up here. I cannot actually sustain through all the cool spray stacks.
Yeah, it's vicious, and also the Burrow strike initiations have been super on point from Afu. Just going in, making sure that Vici don't get that setup they want, don't get the positioning they want.
Yeah, he's got great levels as well.
Yeah.
I mean, considering how little he's been involved in fights early on, he does have a point in the Sandstorm, so maybe looking to follow up the stack shortly. We have the Weaver pushing the wave.
When Swan comes uphill, there are 2 LGD heroes maybe waiting to jump in, but I think they're more content just trying to jungle up. DDC almost going to hit that level 5. Crystal Maiden found a bit of experience in herself since that last fight.
But yeah, we haven't seen much Zeus. The couple of times we have seen him was comboed up with Elder Titan, and they would have, you know, like Zeus Bloodseeker ET, Zeus ET, or Zeus Bloodseeker, you know, some kind of cheesy combo where you get the full utilization out of Zeus's vision from ulti, or from his massive magical nuke damage. This game seems a little bit wonky for him, honestly.
Yeah.
Like maybe you get good vision of where and when Vici Gaming are moving to push as 5-man, you know, vision around Roshan, which are, Vici Gaming are very objective based, so having the preemptive knowledge of where they're moving as they're moving there can definitely offset the poor laning stage he's had.
You can, if you have an inclination to that a fight's about to start, you can cancel the Legion Blink as well. But
Sure.
I mean, it's that those are such like edge cases to pick the Zeus.
I think a lot of it is because this Death Prop just picked up so early in Vici's
It
lineup
is
that
a counter to the DP.
you know you need to burst her. Like, you're not just going to right-click her down when she's got her exorcism and like 3 siphons rolling. She's just going to be pretty much impenetrable unless you blast her, so... but yeah, I think this is...
Yeah, the question is whether Zeus can get the levels to burst her. He does have 4 in Lightning Bolt now, so he's doing a decent amount of damage. Could use, you know, Soul Ring. But the other thing is, you usually, as an offlane Zeus, you can farm stacks. On this team, it's going to be the Bristle.
Bristle feels a little bit fearless, but I don't think he's expecting this much of a rotation. That's now 4 heroes on him. And yeah, no amount of points in Bristleback can save you from that. So 5 heroes moving in. They've still got the exorcism coming.
2 didn't do it before, so let's bring 5.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some solid, efficient math right there. Look, they got the kill, and Vici get to pressure. In fact, they're not going to stop for the tower. They're wrapping around putting
this is
LFY
sick.
off guard.
Oh,
They get a
two-man
silence. Oh,
silence.
this is beautiful. The Death Prophet's so happy with that result.
They
The
kill
duel
them all.
comes in. The drain comes forward. Zeus makes it uphill. Crystal Maiden's ult is going to get canceled. Zeus able to get off it ult before he goes down. Still no one dying. Amy,
Ooh.
fresh out of mana, fresh out of life.
Nice.
He's down, but the boulder kick right as he goes. That is a nice little play. The courier too. Oh, it's gonna make it back around. Yang Radiant's middle is gonna TP through.
Where was the
In the
120
mean-
gold from? Oh, he killed the
How
ward or something?
how killed Tower Mid?
Tower
Oh,
is
it
gone.
was assisted.
I mean, meanwhile, yeah, How just going, chilling, focusing on those objectives, net worth looking really nice, and
He should have something flying. Oh, he has a Mask of Madness. I didn't see that.
yeah.
Mom is such a sick item.
Yeah.
Like Mom into Hurricane Pike. And then like
And like you look at it as a farming tool for Luna, but
Yeah.
once you pop your Eclipse, people aren't running at you when you have
Yeah,
just
you
because you
chase 'em
have
down.
Mom active, right? So the risk isn't as massive as it is for some other
and
characters.
it's not as bad just for against magical damage, right? You're not going to get nuked into oblivion by the Zeus or anyone. It is just physical damage you have to worry about with the armor reduction.
Yeah, everyone kind of hanging around here from Vici. I mean, Vici definitely more comfortable taking this fight. I think they've still got the Luna Eclipse that they didn't use before, but super frontlining. I mean, they've got to fully commit to the Bristleback if they want to kill him, and the rest of the team not too far behind.
Has Rubik stolen anything fun?
Rubik.
If he gets Burrow, oh, he's got,
Yeah.
Burrow Strike is very fun.
That is going to be very fun for this next fight, and I
Yep.
don't know if LGDFY know that he has it.
He's stolen them. Fun.
Well,
That
there
is
are
gonna
spells that are
be
fun and
very
not
fun.
Burrow Strike is like one of the funnest spells to steal with Rubik.
It
It's
is.
like, hello.
My favorite
It
is
is good.
Stolen
Not only
Metamorphosis.
fun, but good.
So look, that's fun.
That little burrow strike into TP, they can't catch him. They can't cross that tree line fast enough. But
How fun was that?
Orion's in trouble, gonna get hit by the raw burrow strike, and now Bug's on her. She blasts
Nice.
down.
Will the real Burrow Strike please stand up?
Oh,
God.
who has it?
All right.
So 30 seconds, no death profit. That's a pretty solid window for LFY to go and keep his top lane pushed out, get Zeus some farm
Yeah.
for himself. He's now almost level 10.
And they get towards the top half of the map inside the dire
Unfortunately,
jungle.
they're not in a perfect position to take an objective, but it does give vulnerable heroes like Zeus time to farm lane, right? You're not really feeling threatened any longer.
But you're
How
pushing.
close is the Legion to blink?
Should have it.
she
You're
is-
pushing Vici Gaming away from Roshan though, right?
Yeah.
And once we get to 20 to 25, both teams really want to aim towards that. To kind of set up the killing blow, set up that breaking point where they can just say, right, we've won a team fight. Next step is taking tier 3s and high ground.
Sand King's still a good ways off his
He already
blinking.
has such a small head. I have to bring this forward. So.
I have like a
Itchy.
child medium helmet size. I have a tiny head. Also tiny hands. I'm pulling the old Trump strat.
What?
I have
The Trump strat.
I have tiny hands, dude. I wear children's small gloves.
I didn't know gloves really came in size.
One size fits all.
If I wear like adult gloves, my tip of my fingers comes towards like the knuckles, so I just got like floppy little fingertips.
Yeah, but then you can creep people out.
Have you seen my fingers?
Oh,
Ew,
beautiful.
don't
Beautiful.
do that. Garrett.
I'm doing it
Alright,
off
we have
camera for a
fights.
reason.
Yeah,
We
it's
have
gross.
fights.
Yeah, Amy waiting there for the roll in. Dire, they've got this vision, so they're seeing who's crossing back and forth between the L3.
I actually have to consciously think to do a straight thumbs up because natural position is
Oh
that.
god,
That's not bad. The forward one is uglier.
So either way, are we even watching that
What
front
happened?
defusal? I mean,
What
pretty
happened,
necessary this
Moonduck?
game. TP out as it's like no one wants to give anyone some space.
Standards are slipping.
Pretty tense game here for only
And he's
16
trying to
minutes
carry
in. It is, I'm being paid by Valve, you guys. We need to actually try.
That's a good point. Excellent point.
So Maiden wrapping around. She's rocking the Poverty Maiden build, still dreaming of a magic wand, but
1-1-4-1.
we'll get there.
It allows
Good
Alpha,
guy, Maiden.
It allows Alpha to get Blink Dagger though, so it's all fine.
Yeah. After he's making some good progress, he's now picked up like 500 gold in the last couple of...
That's a really cool D-Ward Chuan just did. I don't think...
Where did Tron put it?
Sorry, west of the tier 2 top. He just D-warded an Observe Ward. So there was an Obs Ward in lane, just sort of
Yeah.
north of that Sentry Ward, which you don't commonly see,
Oh,
and
that's
he
sick.
actually D-wards it. Pretty nifty. Clever man. Very clever man.
There's a reason Juan is just consistently on top two.
Dire's
And now
bottom tower
Zeepert's going to
is
get a
under
chance to
attack.
lay into this bottom tower. The Bristleback, I mean, he's hard to kill. He's taken 2 deaths, but when he did die, it took like the entire team to get him down. Now Yang is trying up and immediately wants to go for a kill here, but
Scan.
yeah, Bristleback read this. He's hasted up. It's going to be hard to go in, and they still have DDC in the trees with a
Top
nice
lane, they're
Top
TPing,
lane,
they want to
yeah.
fight.
I'm trying. Or running away. Just going to be skittering on as Monet chases after. They
Stop
do
it,
have that
Garrett.
diffusal blade. They're going to pop the first charge of diffusal onto Ori. Silence comes in onto 2. There's no burrow strike to break
Oh,
the
yes,
TP.
there is.
Oh.
It wears off just
The
in
level
time.
1 silence, yeah.
Meanwhile, down bottom, it's like Yang wants to go in. Yang wanted to find a fight
There's
here, but I
the
don't think it's made enough Earth Spirit. They bring in the
Zeus
Earth Spirit, popping in the Magnetize onto the Zeus. They get the silence off. So Zeus now can't reinitiate with those magic spells, but they still got the damage beneath the Earth Spirit.
They've got a clip. If they overextend, this could be really bad.
Yeah. I
Weaver's
was
coming
thinking
back
about
in.
it.
Yeah. Oh, Weaver with the time lapse just in time, but the Eclipse charges now all going to proc onto Super. But Super tanking up right on through it. Weaver now with full health and mostly full
Diffusal.
mana
Purge.
coming after him. There's the Diffusal onto How. They get the charge back, and How blasting towards that tower. Yang trying to kill him
Another?
up, but another Diffusal charge comes in, and now Super just spraying out close for all it's worth.
Another?
Half trouble. The Lucent Beam not enough to stop the damage, and that will be 3 dead. Overextension there from Vici as they just underestimate LFY's ability to group and take fights.
That TP top, and then the movement bot, and then the time lapse to get away from Eclipse is game winning. Because if Weaver dies there, none of the other, chain of events even happen. It's just full-on retreat, full-on get the hell out by Vici. But the fact that Weaver allowed Eclipse to just get tanked onto Bristle is just doesn't care,
Yeah.
He's got Cloak, he's got Vanguard, he's tanky enough to deal
A
with a
wave
few...
was approaching them just at that moment.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of got soaked up, so.
Yeah, I think the last 2 were hit by the wave and not Bristle, but even then he still would have lived. The Bristleback procs would have just been flying. Now Sand King does have his Blink Dagger since that last fight, so we saw that Burrow Strike there to disengage the TP up top and kill off the Death Prophet, which was one of the reasons Vici didn't have enough damage to take that fight down bottom. And Spirit with Nahas's favorite item, the Earn a Shadow.
It's the best, it's top 5 items in the game right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Best early game item for supports for sure.
Boots.
Nah, forget boots. Boots are awful. Windlace is where it's at.
That's fair. Crystal Maiden girl, she's rocking the Tranquil. She bought a Windlace or 2 in a day. The Sentry coming down, making sure there's no one sneaking around and not this ward. They do have the Sentry here.
20 minutes in, time to protect Roshan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zeus is quite farmed at this as well.
Yeah, for such a tough lane where he had, what, 1 last hit at 5 minutes, he's doing alright.
You just put him somewhere and let him zap creep. What's next? He's going Blink actually. He's not going into like Ithalens, Ags.
How do you feel about that? Because there's a fair amount of blink canceling stuff on Vici.
I mean, the hope is that he opens the fight.
Yeah.
Zeus, it's always good for Zeus to have a positioning tool. I mean, you can definitely argue for Aether or Yule, especially against the Legion Yule. It gets even better, but
Speaking of Yules, our DP already riding that train.
Yeah, he struggles to catch up when Bristle, Weaver, and Sand King are all heavily mobile. Both Zeus and Crystal Maiden will struggle to catch up to the heroes they're facing. So having the Zeus able to, follow through and maybe bunny hop his way through a team fight and actually do the damage they need him to do through Lightning Bolt is very important.
I like this Sentry just making sure that
Dire's
when
middle
Vici
tower
can't
is
be as
under
sneaky
attack.
as he thinks they're going to be. The Scan coming up here from the Radiant, trying to anticipate if the Dire are waiting up on that high ground, but they're actually waiting around this side of the map. Hanging out. They want to defend this, but Super again going to front line. Can't deal with this bristle yet. It's not looking like so. D-Ward comes in onto here. Just in range. Look at that.
Overwhelming odds against spell.
Wait, how'd
Oh,
they get
you
that?
wanted
That
to
ward's
push.
Not, that ward's not in range. How did they take this one out? I definitely just missed. Either way, smoke up
Could have
for Vici.
expired.
Oh yeah. Either way, LFY. We're taking their little roach, and that's a nice time.
It is going to be quick enough, though.
It is
looks like
just
it is.
about. They'll kill it as they reach the
Yeah,
ramp.
Depends how
they
far they want to
hesitated
push
in the
this.
trees as
Like
well.
they'll get there where the CM is and Roshan will die.
It's going down. Yang. Ooh, it's away. Yeah, they were
Huge.
not going to dive into that Radiant
They
Guard.
totally did not read that.
Zeus just getting vision on what's going on, and everyone retreating to their side of the map. So Vici looked, again, really solid with those early initiations, but they haven't been able to kind of hit that push stride we were expecting with Death Prophet and the Aegis.
And that there is again one of those expectation things with the trade mentality and with the mirroring that we're seeing so often in the top lane, bot lane, you ward your opponent's jungle. But around Roshan you always see the standoff, from ramp to ramp, and you don't expect one team to make the first move and just go, hey, we're gonna go in, because you think they're just gonna stand around, farm the creep wave, push it out, maybe swing to farm some jungle camps.
Look at that, Legion went in with every intent of ruling, but is she going to get her chance? She goes in, they are able to blast her down. Luna pops the Eclipse to ensure they get that done, and now it's like the TP going to get cancelled by Yang, so Legion goes down. Amy on the run, should be able to go kick his way to freedom, but gets defusal here. The damage
No
to the
mana.
Weaver might be enough. Yeah, he can't roll himself to freedom there. One more click, and that is going to be another kill for Weaver. Just going to time-lapse himself back to full health, mitigating all those tower shots. So LFY, they're reading these fights and forcing Vici out of position so well.
I didn't at all mind the call to duel and Eclipse there, but unfortunately they weren't able to get out quickly enough with the Legion, so certainly not worth it.
Do you think Zeus has also picked maybe there's more emphasis on Zeus's vision game, the ability to de-ward as well, not just the ulti, that he's picked for that reason as well? Because when you're a 5-man push lineup, when you've got a lot of emphasis on breaking towers, breaking high ground, you always want aggressive wards on the enemy side of the map. And Zeus has a lot of ease when he's spamming lightning bolt and finding the ward spots.
Yeah, he did miss this ward down here that scattered out the big rotation of LGDFY, but
That's like impossible to de-ward unless you're just like walking down the
unless
lane and
creeps
like,
are happening
I'm
to
just
be
gonna
there, and he's like, oh, we'll see what happens
throw
if
my
I
lightning
W.
bolt.
Yang trying to zone this back, but right now, like you mentioned, the Dire's defensive vision is pretty limited. They've got this ward here that will scout out Radiant Courier movement, but I know they can't wrap around and get on top of the Radiant here, so...
How long on Aegis? Still a fair amount of time, right? They can take another tier 2 mid or something? Yeah, nearly 3 minutes. Okay, they
the
can
layer with overlay, I don't.
press the tier 3. Can I stop?
I mean, this is LFY getting active a lot earlier than they thought they were going to be.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And they
attack.
know about the wards that were just placed by Chuan over in their first map. They're actually hunting him.
Yeah, speaking of Chuan, there's the Blink Burrow Strike initiation. Chuan just going to be walking away. Courier going to deliver some goodies, so a little bit of a stalemate over there in the woods.
CM needs a blink as well. She just can't catch up the targets.
That was a cute play by Alpha as well. He walks up the hill and to the left so he can't get Burrow Strike stolen.
And he burns a raindrop charge from Chuan. So they de-ward... Wait, did they de-ward one or did one just expire? Because there's still one Dar Observer ward hanging around on that cliff. And that's the brand new one. Come on Zeus, where are you, buddy?
He's right there. See if he's going to be checking this ward spot.
I think he definitely
They're
should.
making it work, this Zeus thus far.
I had so many doubts. Come on, buddy. I
Come
believe in you.
Yeah, he can do it.
Got it. Meanwhile, mid lane, we are going to have a kick onto Amy. He's going to try to TP out, and Weaver at this point, no way to break it by his lonesome. There is a movement down bottom. I mean, Vici, when I saw this Death Prophet pick up so early and then comboed with the Luna, I was like, alright, Vici, they can evaporate towers, but that
just,
big old combo just hasn't happened.
They picked up a House BKB, so it's a big power spike
Dire's
for them.
top tower
But it's
is
trade
under
time,
attack.
Top lane's being pushed. They're already at the tier 2, chipping away at it. Force the glyph. That'll
He's
fall.
going fast, man. This Weaver
They're
is
totally fine
online.
against
Like-
LGDFY.
That's going to fall before the tier 2 bot. Oh no, never mind. They are
There's a
very
Luna,
close.
yeah.
There's a Luna.
But, I mean, do LFY have to back off here? Everyone's still full health, full mana. They've been on the Zeus ulti for a while. But
Dire's middle tower
they're
is
going to force
under
TP
attack.
back from
They
Vici
have
at
about
least.
a minute on it.
Do you want to die here or do you want to go low HP?
Just
I think You want to
Don't-
slow siege, see what happens. Maybe
Radiant's
force out a
bottom
couple of
tower is
ultis. Down
under
bottom,
attack.
creeps are taking this tower, so LFY may want to rotate one person. If they will indeed bring back the siege.
I think you just reset lanes. I like the line drawn there by the Legion commander, because natural movement now is to pull people back to Shrine, go through Radiant jungle, shove bot, and have bot and mid both push so you can take control of the Shrine at bot lane and then mid tier 2. The line is drawn to actually cut them off at the pass and make sure there's no there's no swift movement across towards the bottom lane.
Now,
Taking
queued up
full
the
control.
butterfly. That's next logical step for Luna, but it's going to take a while before Hal's got the money for it, and still hasn't debuted that BKB. So if Vici actually get off a fantastic fight with Exorcism flying around, a couple of siphons from the Dutch rocket, and they get the targets that they want in that ult from Luna, I mean, that's a ton of damage, and LFY are still somewhat squishy aside from this big boy here, but so far, VFY have done such a good job reading the fights and using the burrow strikes to break positioning, break blink daggers.
They're gonna have to get lucky in times for Weaver with either the Spirit or the TP. Does Weaver have any sort of defensive item coming out?
Lincoln's.
Yeah. Oh, he already has BT.
Yeah.
So he can't be silenced.
Yeah, he's just gonna slither out of this fight. He's doing a lot of damage. Sometimes we see Weavers, you know,
Did
playing.
use it bottom.
So Bristleback going for a BKB of his own. We are gonna have tons of BKBs up soon. What's your item hot key, MRP?
D.
D. Yeah. Lots of BKBs coming up, so these fights are gonna get a lot more magic immune. Seems like Vici, they're playing this slow. They're definitely content with farming up. I mean, Luna's late game's gonna be phenomenal. Down top, there's still a lot of room to grow, but
Yeah.
it feels like the highlight of their lineup is supposed to be that 20 to 30 minute push all the exterior towers and just start dumpstering and chain killing LFY, but LFY have given really nothing away for free since the
Yeah.
laning phase.
It's definitely wasted potential. And I don't think they want to farm up. They definitely do want to fight. It's just a lack of vision because the moves make it so difficult.
Yeah, every single ward apart from that one that was in lane that bot near where the old tier 1 was.
They isolate the Weaver here. They gotta keep the silence up. They do get the death puppet silence, but he's gonna get BKB'd right off. Now roll away. Amy gonna fight this bug, but that's the last thing they'll do. Yang now on the run as well. Ori trying to figure out if he can help his teammate. The
boy.
duel? Okay. That was a very bold duel, and Weaver's now gonna get some duel damage off of that.
Where did Legion go? Is that just warpath damage?
The Weaver.
Weaver does a lot of damage, but that was Bristleback doing, I don't know, like 200 plus damage a hit. That's ridiculous.
Please explain me that duel.
Yeah. Explain me.
It seemed like Legion knew she
That's
was
what
in
I
a
said in a pub.
cruddy situation. Maybe thought she could whip out one more kill, but
It started off really poorly. The Earth Spirit wanted to go in,
Dire's
and
middle
Yang
tower
wanted out.
is under
Amy was in,
attack.
Yang was out, and then he had to turn to press the attack to try and save Amy.
Bristle don't care duel.
Yeah, and then Yang could no longer blink away.
Duel damage for what?
For what?
For what?
I'm stuck. So then when he went back in to press the
Dire's middle
attack,
tower has
Bristles
fallen.
hit him. He couldn't swing. Quills, I should say, but either way. That was rough for Vici. I don't know why Yang turns there.
I mean,
I
maybe
can
Yang
understand
wanted
turning to
man up
accept
and-
your fate,
But
not
turning and dueling.
Yeah, turning and dueling.
I mean,
was
maybe
weird.
if he dueled, he would distract them so Ori would get out safely. I mean, I'm sure
I think
there's
you can
some.
do. I think
You
you
can
can
just
do that
turn and
without
die.
the. Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
can do that without dueling. You just run into, run past your opponent.
This'll come in handy.
It's a weird one.
10 King now. Making some real good progress towards that Yules. I'll have it up shortly.
They've got Yule's Blink on a bunch of heroes, right? Zeus and Sancting both have Yule's Blink, or they will have soon. Yeah. So they've got great ways to get out of silence, reposition themselves, get away from duel, stop duel on allied heroes, get away from magnetize. LFY have so many outs in team fights, whereas
Yeah.
Vici, sure, they've got ease of execution where they just cast their spells, move in, find a target if they've got the target they want, and they've got the vision they need. Things roll smoothly. But as soon as you take, certain elements away from
Yeah.
that, they fall apart. They crumble.
I'm really starting to think that Zeus was just an incredible draft rate. And you're looking at a Luna DP that are almost entirely reliant on getting map control early on.
Aggro vision, yeah.
And taking your towers. And you pick a Zeus who's not going to do well in lane, but he's going to offer you complete map control on your side of the map. Or complete vision on your side of the map. So they kept up the tier 1 towers by dragging the creeps away. They take away the vision thereafter, and now you've got a DP who doesn't farm all that fast and hasn't done anything with her ultimate in 5 minutes.
You can't play aggressively, you can't commit, you can't take Roshan. There are so many can'ts here for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, I mean the Luna, I got faith in this Luna, like you mentioned. It's like Howe's signature hero. He just ate people with it, like pretty much the whole time in the Chinese scene. But now smoke up.
How did they kill the Weaver though? So hard.
How do they kill the Weaver? And also Bristle's consistently frontlining, and he's basically challenging them to jump on Bristle while the rest of the team gets perfect positioning. So DD right outside the pit.
Problem with Bristleback, you see.
Oh,
She
Luna
just runs
GD.
at your team, and she's alone though.
Oh yeah, Super scouts it out. Super's on top of her. She's gonna wrap back around the pit while everyone else
This
their way towards the shrine.
This is huge.
This is really risky now for Vici.
He just popped. Smoke on the Rubik.
They have vision though now around Roshan, which is really important for them. This
They
smoke.
just saw the smoke.
Yeah.
More than likely. I saw at least one hero smoke.
Okay.
This Jack hanging out. Yep. Again, trying to figure out the
Dire's bottom
initiation. I've got
tower
this
is under
Glimmer Cave, but that's not really.
Tripling.
Yeah, BKB now on the Bristle, but it's just kind of getting burned. He's stopping to farm
they
neutrals. They
traded.
realize they're not going to get anything out of that. They burn the DP's BKB. That's about all. That's 2 smokes. And just some positioning work for LFY.
But now that's low.
Do they come back?
They are queuing up the response here. I mean, it's one of the best places in the map to fight for
You have vision as well.
Yeah.
For the first time in the game, you
Yeah,
have vision
you
around the
absolutely
pit.
have
So I
to
think you have to
contest
contest and fight.
Amy slow and Frost
been
trying to
looking
make
for a
his way
fight,
in.
right?
He's gonna be blinking in. Ooh, double man silence, trying to roll to freedom, but can they finish him off in time? That's a nice double man burrow from the Sand King. He's gonna force himself out of the silence. Now trying to run forward, gets frostbitten up, just gonna BKB to run himself home. Meanwhile, LFY, they easily finish off the Aegis, and now,
Where's the
okay,
duel?
there's the duel on the back lines. It's doing a lot of damage comboed with that Eclipse, but is it gonna be in time? Bristleback eats up a cheese, and he's just completely fine. Well, Monet is just going ham onto Ori. Ori buys himself some time with that Interceptor, but not gonna be enough. That is a godlike streak for the Weaver. Oh, it is getting ugly here. They're
GG
gonna make it a
Gaming.
full wipe. Swan is, yeah, this is looking tricky.
Can't believe he got the cheese off
Dire's
just as
middle
the duel
tower
ends.
is under
That is
attack.
That's
absolutely
disgusting.
insane. That fight swings heavily.
How had Mom
heavily.
up too? He probably could have walked in front for a couple of the beams. He was trying to at the tail end.
Ooh.
Dire's middle
Anyways,
tower
that was
has
brutal.
fallen.
Yeah, Vici, they've got very little left to throw at this defense. They're gonna have to lose at least one lane of rats.
They've got the Yule stun on Earthspirit as well.
Oh no. Yeah, he's donezo there. No buyback. Luna, she could buy back, but there's no point. She can't take the spike. She won't have Eclipse up for another 80 seconds anyway.
Dire's
This just
bottom
may be
tower
Megas.
has fallen.
Definitely 2 full lanes, and
Yeah.
that's 2 full lanes that Vici Gaming never planned to lose.
Alright,
That-
all our predictions are wrong. Sorry, Sebi.
Rip. It's okay. It's not worth anything anyway. Man, this was crazy. This Zeus pick is blowing my mind right now.
I mean, I had so much doubt. We saw Zeus just get crippled in lane. We saw him get like one last hit at 5 minutes. We saw him really struggle. He got okay levels after the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game, but
They just weren't afraid of what effectively is going to be a single core lineup. That's all. Like, unless your Legion has an incredible start. And they did, I feel, put enough attention towards Yang. I mean, Yang had a good early start, no doubt, but they just know that at some point your DP needs to kill heroes or buildings to get gold.
yeah, I feel like this DP it just hasn't done much since picking up the BKB. Used it once to disengage from a fight, but since then nothing. And now we see Swan just trying to go down, trying to ward, but it's so futile. They just immediately take it down. Not for the Zeus there even. Yeah, this, oh my god, they can now push high ground with the greatest of ease. I mean, pushing into a Luna Death Prophet's never easy, but this game is not going to be,
What's the cooldown on Nimbus? It's like 30 seconds or 25 or something really dumb. 35, okay. So with Octarine it's like 25 then.
He's scaling up to be a formidable offlaner. I mean, is this just a response to the DP pick, or are we going to see some more Zeus coming up?
Well, we've been seeing a little bit of Zeus here and there, like I said, with ET and Bloodseeker kind of cheesier combos. But with the if you're against a 5-man lineup, you know, like a Drow draft, a DP draft, heroes that require 5-man and early pressure into like tier 1s, but especially tier 2s, being able to deward those aggressive walls that look behind tier 2s for smokes and TPs in for the reactive plays is huge.
So BKB's ready from pretty much everyone that needs him.
It's so
Weaver still has some use of time on the Aegis and minute and a half left. Now there is going to be a duel attempt onto the Aegis Weaver. Weaver wins the duel. We are dropping some hot frames here as the Eclipse comes out. We got 2 Nimbuses making a cute little Venn diagram here. So far, Vici.
oh, epicenter to the north.
Oh, he's
That's
got
a neat little burrow epi, and that's
Last
going to
game.
be potentially what happens to win this game. Amy just running on through, trying to do whatever he can to live. Ori somehow was still alive there, but now dead. Heroes left to defend the throne, but they're going to kill off one. It's only Amy left alive, and seems like GG going to be coming out right about now. LGG forever young. Just read Vici like a book, and absolutely they drafted strong. Their lanes were not ideal, but they managed to shut down the problems and just mid-game